meeting. And we'll begin by asking Councilman John Cochran to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Very nice.
Get the vendors in the back and ladies in the middle.
No, I'm good. It's staying right there.
Get the cats up front.
Oh my God. Could we have someone? Good afternoon. So here they are, Brentwood. Welcome. It continues to amaze us here at the town of Islip how truly and tremendously talented the youth of our town are. We're so fortunate to have some of the finest schools, clubs, and athletic groups filled with truly impressive scholars, musicians, and athletes. Today, we're honored to once again recognize some of these standout students. 3 championship level teams from our local high schools. And first up, we are so proud to welcome Brentwood High School's varsity soccer team. After an incredible undefeated regular season with a record of 22-0, Brentwood went up against Wharton Melville for the title of Suffolk County AAA champions. Outscored in the first, Brentwood rallied to score 3 goals in the second half and secure the county championship. Moving on to the Long Island AAA championship against Nassau County's best, Brentwood continued their win streak and defeated East Meadow by a score of 4-0. This is their first Long Island championship since 2019 and the 10th overall in the school's history. But Brentwood did not stop there. With the Long Island championship secured, they headed to the New York State AAA championship game, where they would once again continue their undefeated streak, beating Baldwinsville by a score of 2-1. That must have been a nail-biter. And crowning themselves as the New York State champs, their 5th New York State championship in school history. For their remarkable undefeated season and postseason, please join me in congratulating your New York State champions, Brentwood High School varsity soccer. Congratulations.
We're in the back, you just can't stand behind these big guys. As a group. And you guys are trying to Oscar thing, a little bit.
I gotta go down there.
Yeah, go in front.
I won't be seen by anybody.
Yeah. I'll stand over here. I'm the right wing. More ways than one. Literally and figuratively. Not fast enough to play the wing with these guys. Okay. Coming through.
All guys.
If I could, please. The athletic director, Francisco Herrera, is here with us too, and he's going to let us know who is here from administration. I know your superintendent is here, Dr. Wanda Ortiz, but if you could, Francisco, tell us who else is here.
Thank you once again for having us here. This is an honor and the fifth time being here as far as state championships. I just want to acknowledge our coaching staff that's here with us today, Mr. Joel, Richard Costello, Ron Eden, our head coach. In the back there, we have Dr. Doolan, who is the principal of the high school, and our superintendent, Dr. Wanda Ortiz.
Thank you so much. And let's hear it one more time for Brentwood. Congratulations. Our New York State champs. Okay, now use all of that effort and do well on your finals. See you next time.
All right, keep nice.
Yeah, it's
Football, yeah.
50 and 51 for the next two.
Football.
Or 51, 51, 50.
Your nephew is, oh, yeah.
That way over more?
Thank you for coming down, Superintendent Ortiz. Anticipation. Tony, I feel like you should have one of those long horns and toot it and say East Islip next. Superintendent Manzo and the rest of administration, why don't you come up here so that you can, when we get it set up, you can join us in the photo.
School board member.
Are they still downstairs?
Hi,
Hi, how are you? I have a cold. Thank you. Just sit on the side there. Yeah, that's cool.
You said the school board gonna be here Thursday. I should take a. There will be a different. Okay, tonight will be a different person. Otherwise. Olga, you're supposed to laugh. Come on.
I'm sorry, I'm just my qualification.
These mics pick up.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, if you're out there, please come on in. Hey, hey. Well, I hope you guys were quicker going down the field. Hello. Okay, step up and back up. Step up and back up. Move it where? Yeah, well, just leave me room.
Yeah, no, I'm trying.
Well, just out of here. Okay, here they are. The East Islip varsity football team. Welcome, welcome to Town Hall. East Islip first won the Long Island Class 3 Championship back in 2007 and has been chasing to reclaim that title ever since. Advancing to the Long Island Championship round in 2014, 2016, and 21, getting close but not able to secure the victory. But this year was, with this team, that will change. After an impressive 17-7 win against the top-seeded Sayville, unfortunately another Islip team, in the Suffolk County Championship, East Islip would once again advance to the Long Island Championship game, where they would face off against Nassau County's champions, Southside. At that point, I got a text from the supervisor of the town of Hempstead, Don Clavin. I then texted the superintendent. I said, please make sure they win, because we had a bet. In a nail-biting game, East Islip would pull ahead and by a final score of 19-14, reclaim their long-sought-after title as Long Island champions, securing their second championship trophy in the program's history. On a historical note, East Islip's football program has been led by the Campy family since 1971, with Sal Campy Sr. creating the legacy that his son and current head coach, Sal J. Campy, has followed in. Together, the Campys have each secured 165 wins and qualified for the playoffs an astounding 35 times. Please join me in congratulating Long Island Class 3 Championship, East Islip High School varsity football. Would someone from administration come forward and recognize those that are here from administration and the team coaching to support the team? Who's got the names? Come on, you can do it. Announce yourselves, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Restivo. I'm the athletic director in East Islip. Once again, congratulations to our varsity boys football team on a great season. We have Coach Champy, Coach Freiberg, Coach Corcoran, Coach Nunez, and and Coach Pearsall, Coach White, and Coach Scanoni. So nice round of applause for our coaches. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank our board member, Mr. Ruin, and our Board of Education, Dr. O'Rourke, our Assistant Superintendent, Mark Bernard, High School Principal, and Mr. Manzo, our Superintendent of Schools.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's get everybody in for a photo. May I? You gotta let me out.
No, that's it. Congratulations.
Sean Lorenzo, Joel Patrick.
I'm trying to get past these guys.
Not gonna get around them, that's why there's Long Island champs. Disabled, don't let him through.
Thank you.
Mr. Rowland, how are you, sir? Merry Christmas to you. Thanks. Yes, sir.
Greg, what is this little holiday I don't take over? Oh, yeah. What? Yeah. I tried it, but congratulations.
It's all right.
Parents that want to take pictures on the ladder when I'm done, they're gonna pop up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Maybe they should have gone out this way. Come on in. So our final group today, we're very proud.
Do you all want to come up before it gets early? That's a good.
Or you can go back up on the step. There you go. Back up, back. Take another row in the back. Yoo-hoo. Hello. Excuse me.
You gotta see me with 2 eyes.
Okay, our final group today, we're proud to welcome the Bayport Blue Point High School varsity football team to Town Halls. Congratulate them on their tremendous season. Are you guys listening out there in the audience, parents, please? Thank you. Following many years of hard-fought seasons since their Suffolk County Championship win in '91, the team finally broke through and took home their first Long Island Championship after an undefeated run in 2022. This season, they were back at it. And after defeating Shoreham Wading River in the county championship, advanced once again to the Long Island Championship, Class 4. By a score of 42-20, Bayport Blue Point made short work of Nassau County champs from Seaford and claimed their second Long Island Championship. It also enabled the town of Islip supervisor to win a second bet with the town of Hempstead supervisor. Yeah, it was great. In total, Bayport Blue Point has accumulated an impressive 23-0 win streak over the course of their dominating back-to-back undefeated seasons and has earned the title of Best High School Football Team in Suffolk County, along with the very prestigious Rutgers Trophy. The team is now the number 1 ranked small school team on Long Island and is ranked number 3 in the New York State's Class B category. Again, join me in congratulating Suffolk County's best Long Island champions, the Bayport Blueport football team.
You know, you just want to speak? Yeah. First off, I'm Mike Savante. I'm one of the coaches for this unbelievable team. I just want to thank you guys for having us. I really appreciate it. Very grateful, very humble. Um, This is the work of really a massive collective effort of a lot of human beings. It starts with the players, the coaches as well. They couldn't be here because they're all working right now. But we could not have done this without their support. Coach Giattino, Coach Gentili, Coach Truncamilla, Coach Orlandi, Coach Varley. Who am I missing? Coach Golar, Coach Henri, Coach Puguez. Really just I can't thank them enough. So again, thank you, and these guys are incredible. Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Well, we have a few more announcements in just a moment when Ray, are they coming up? You have people coming up? That's it?
Why don't you come up, Ray? Come on.
Is there anyone else to come up? Oh, good. No. Welcome, Jim. That's my goal in life. Perfect. We're good? Excellent. Okay, we've got a few more announcements in just a moment, but before I do, as we wind down 23, I'd like to reflect on the service of two of our members who unfortunately will be leaving at the end of this year, having successfully served the maximum of 3 consecutive terms. That is Islip Councilman John Cochran and Town Clerk Olga Murray. Together alongside our town board, both have worked to improve services and expand opportunities for our residents. So we'll start with our clerk. And Olga, if you would please come up here and join me. And the rest of the members of the town board, why don't you come up with Olga? Olga has served as town clerk and registrar of vital statistics since her election in 2011, overseeing a bilingual office that manages tens of thousands of transactions for our residents each year. For her success as Islip Town Clerk, Olga was elected to serve as president of the Nassau-Suffolk Town Clerks Association and as a regional director of the New York State Town Clerks Association. We're honored to have served alongside her and wish her continued success in her future endeavors. Please join me in congratulating our town clerk, Olga Murray. This meeting also represents the last town board meeting for our longest-serving councilman, retired United States Navy Captain John Cochran Jr. Councilman Cochran has served on the Islip Town Board since 2011, following his extensive and decorated service in our nation's armed forces. Go Navy. Did you guys win last week? Sorry. Sorry for you. I was rooting for Navy. Winning subsequent elections in both 15 and 2019, Councilman Cochran has led our town's efforts to enhance support for Islip's veterans and has commemorated service members through the curation and publication of the Islip War Journal. Throughout the years, he has played a vital role in many key major infrastructure projects, including the Maple Avenue corridor to the Bayshore Marina, which is absolutely glorious, as well as initializing the Bay Bottom Licensing Program, the town's highly successful aqua farming initiative responsible for restoring a vibrant ecosystem to the Great South Bay. And you know, those oysters, each oyster filters up to 50 gallons of water a day. It's truly remarkable. Councilman Cochran has served the town with duty, leadership, with honor and direction, and we are honored to have served alongside him these many years. Please join me in celebrating retired U.S. Navy Captain, Councilman John Cochran Jr.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, John. Though we are sad to see these members leave our town board, we truly celebrate their achievements and extend congratulations and welcome to Councilman-elect Mike McElway and Town Clerk-elect Linda Vavrica, who in November both won election service on the town board. They're both here with us today. Welcome. Look forward to serving with you. And a few announcements before we head into the business of today's meeting. As you know, Islip holiday happenings are in full swing. We had a fantastic turnout for our holiday market, first ever, our Islip Town and the Chamber Parade, tree lighting, as well as our menorah lighting last week. It was so good to see so many from the community turn out to show support and ring in the holidays with these celebrations. Just a reminder, there's still a lot going on. Our holiday light show is running through December every Tuesday and Thursday night from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the grounds of Brookwood Hall. And unlike the Jones Beach Light Show, ours is free. So please take your family down there, and you don't have to have kids to drive through that light show. It's truly magical. And I thank the staff in Parks and Cultural Affairs. They really threw themselves into the holiday market. They threw themselves, as some of the departments did, in some of the lighting displays. So it's all part of what makes the town so special. We're also still running collections for our annual toy drive through Friday, December 15th. Last year, hundreds of toys were distributed to children in the community. We encourage all those who can to consider donating new unwrapped toys and help bring a little bit of holiday magic to children in our community. And our town employees truly brought a lot of holiday magic to 60 children, families that we were supplied the names from the Salvation Army. And yesterday, Salvation Army came down with their truck and literally took out, loads and loads of toys, really making Christmas special for a lot of families. And don't forget to swing by and drop off your little one's letters to Santa at our official North Pole mailbox located right outside the steps of Town Hall. Letters are shipped to the North Pole daily, and be sure to include your return address so that you can get a special note back from Santa himself. It was so cute. There was a family going over to the holiday market a week ago Saturday, and I asked if they were going to the market, and they go, no, we have to drop the letters off to Santa first. That was the priority. So lastly, as you search for those special holiday gifts, allow me to once again encourage everyone to support our local merchants by shopping small this holiday season. Let's all help each other and show our appreciation for the value that local merchants help bring to our community. And on behalf of the entire town board, we want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, a joyous holiday season, and a new year filled with every happiness and good health. Thank you so much. Okay, so before we get to the agenda and the hearings, we are going to have to take a brief recess. We've scheduled an executive session, and we will return as soon as that's completed. So town board members and town attorney, thank you. We'll be right back.
it's affecting the community. How? These products are not regulated. They're being sold to kids under 21. Well, 21 and under is being sold to them, which is cannabis and all this stuff. It's dangerous, and we see nothing being done about it. I just literally right now on Carlton Avenue, there's another spot that just opened up. Literally right now on Brentwood Road, right next to the train station, another spot opened up. So I just feel like we just need to look at some of these issues. We are more than willing to help you and give you information. We're working with the state, and we're more than happy to provide any information to help you with this cannabis situation that we have over here in our towns. Again, my name is Hugo. I am the co-founder, and I am more than willing to do anything to kind of give you information. And please, let's set up a meeting. I'm also handing this paper with my information. And like I said, I have sent out numerous emails and invited you to many of our stuff that we're doing in Long Island, kind of to inform our communities and the municipality leaders of what's going on, how we're not taking advantage of the tax revenue that is coming. Cannabis is legal now, and we need to just kind of look at that situation there because we're not taking advantage of those taxes. Our streets are not looking pretty over there in Central Islip. This could help us out as well. We need the revenue, so please, and let's have that meeting, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker, Delore Khan. Deloar, Delore Khan. Okay, we'll set that aside. Thomas Faconite or Faconio.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tom. Delore actually was my colleague, but he did have to step out, so I apologize. I just want to start off, Mr. Cochran. Thank you for your service to the country. Congrats again on all the good news that you guys announced. Very briefly, we just wanted to come and speak not only to you guys, but of course to the community as well. I'm just here on behalf of a program called First Responders Medical, and we do have a program called Save a Hero. Again, this does apply to all the community as well. I do have some paperwork, again, I'll hand out when I step off, but very briefly, it is just a heart and lung program testing service that we offer for municipality workers, civil workers, essential workers, first responders, and so on. Actually, this morning, I was literally at the Babylon Elementary School. I'd spoken with them. We actually been around for a few months. Started in Jersey. We came to Long Island, and we are based right on Carlton Avenue in Central Islip, and we have a clinic located in Brentwood. I myself am the marketing supervisor for them, and we just did want to come and connect with you guys and just spread the information, of course, just give back to the community for all you guys do. I know it's a stressful time of year now, and you guys all have stressful opportunities and stuff coming up with the new year and your jobs. So essentially, the program itself, again, is there's actually the nice distinguishing factor with us is there's no copay fees for the program. And the whole goal is to be proactive about heart and lung testing. I know, again, like I said, it's cold and flu season coming up. Stressful jobs paired with that, and everything else that is unfortunately going around with health and wellness. It's good to be proactive, getting your heart and lungs tested, just to make sure that there's no asymptomatic conditions that are present. And again, I do have some paperwork I'll hand out at the end. There's no copay. We do have a fund set up that covers what could be, again, a $30, $40, $60+ out-of-pocket fee. We provide all these tests. There's 11 total right now, such as echocardiograms, EKGs, ultrasounds, PFTs, blood panels, and more, right on Comac Road in Brentwood. And again, our marketing office is on Carlton Avenue in Central Islip. So if you did want to set up an appointment, there's very brief, again, on this paperwork, there is just a little QR code you can scan. If you guys have anyone in your immediate family or spouse, as long as they're over 18 years of age and more, and as long as they do not have Medicare and Medicaid, those are the only two medical insurance programs we don't take at the moment. We are pretty new. We're looking to expand in the near future to get as many people involved in the program as possible. But again, anything else, Fidelis, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, we do accept all those insurances. Again, as long as you have it, you're not paying anything out of pocket, and there's nothing you need to be paying at the clinic. You get your results back in 14 days or less, and you just obviously can make sure that there's no underlying conditions that can rear their ugly head and strike at any moment's notice. Again, this is for people in stressful situations, municipality workers, and so on. For the board, again, everybody else here. I just want to thank you for your time, and hopefully you guys can just be proactive about your heart and lung testing.
Thank you for coming down. I'll pass that information along to personnel. Thank you. Next speaker, Andy Cross.
Andy Cross, Bay Shore, New York. Once again, I'm here about the NYS real property tax law line on my tax bill. Though it went down last year, I can only imagine how much it's gonna go up this year. On your leaflets mailed to my house, you said you were holding the line on taxes. What happened? The taxes going up 2.5%? And was you only holding the line on taxes before you got reelected? Or was it just a lie? How about all the other town taxes on the tax bill? At 2.5%, is that what you meant by holding the line? Until you got reelected? Was that just a lie just to get reelected? As we have seen George Santos finally get kicked out of Congress for lying, what will the town board members do to the lying supervisor? Can a supervisor be expelled from office? And can we have a new election, hopefully with no lying candidates? Can the town board, like maybe next meeting, say something about paying 4 times for the same service in taxes? Number one, we have a fire department tax which has an ambulance. Number two, the Brentwood Legion ambulance tax on my tax bill. That's number two. Number three, when they come around to your house with an ambulance, you have to pay for your health insurance to pay for the ambulance. And number four, co-pay for the health insurance. Why do we have these taxes charges on our tax bill only to pay for it again in health insurance and co-pays? The same service in 4 different ways. Why is it on our tax bill in the first place? And should it even be on the tax bill? And should it even be on my health insurance? That's all I got. Anything? Nothing? Next time.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. And for your record, the supervisor does not lie. Next speaker, Debbie Kavanaugh.
Debbie Kavanaugh speaking on behalf of the Centralized Coalition of Good Neighbors. First, we'd like to thank you guys for getting the no turn on red sign on Lowell and Eastview. The residents at Foxgate are very happy about that. So thank you for that. Second, we'd like you guys to write a letter of support because we're having problems with Cisco. They're running their trucks down Wheeler Road, and Wheeler Road is already a traffic nightmare. And they're not supposed to be going down Wheeler Road. They're supposed to be going Betts Highway to Suffolk. Instead, they're going Wheeler Road to Suffolk. And I know that's in their covenant restrictions. And last but not least, it's been a 2-year issue. Farrell was supposed to be planting those pine trees. They were given a CO. The pine trees today are still not planted, and it's now Fairfield's job. And they're still sitting in root balls on Carlton Avenue. If we can have them planted, it would be greatly appreciated because it's an eyesore right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Debbie. Happy holidays. Next speaker, Isaiah McCarthy.
Good afternoon. My name is Isaiah. I'm here to speak about my property, which is on the list of one of your cleanups. It is 7 Palm Street in Central Islip. It was in a house fire. I'm in the middle of getting everything. Well, I have pretty much everything already to submit for the permit for the demolition. I'm just waiting for one of the last letters of verification. As soon as that is complete, I already have my contractors ready to go. I also have the staging plan for the demolition. I just need the permit to be completed once that's done. And hopefully by the end of this year or the very beginning of the new year, the property should be down. I understand how much of a hazard it is and the importance and how urgent it is to get that removed. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaiah. Okay, thank you. That is all the cards that have been filled out. Motion to close the public portion.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman, second by, Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? Public portion is closed. We move to the agenda. Item number one, meeting of the Town of Islip Industrial Development Agency. Mr. Walzer, motion to convene by myself, second by Councilman O'Connor. Quorum being present, you may begin.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the agency board. John Walzer, Executive Director, 40 Nassau Avenue, Islip, New York. I just have two items for your consideration today. The first item is to approve the minutes from our last board meeting on November 14th.
Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved.
Thank you. And the last item for consideration is a resolution authorizing the transfer of ownership of the real estate of the TJ Russo Consultants facility at 155 Oval Drive in Islandia.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guardone, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved.
And that's all the business.
Motion to adjourn
Motion to adjourn.
by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman Guardone. We stand adjourned. Thank you very much, Mr. Walzer.
Thank you.
Next is the meeting of the Town of Islip Resource Recovery Agency. Motion to convene by myself, second by Councilman O'Connell. Those in favor? Opposed? We are convened. A quorum being present. Commissioner Baloo, good afternoon.
Madam Chair, members of the agency board, Martin Baloo, 401 Main Street. I'm president of the Resource Recovery Agency. I have several items for your consideration today. First one being the approval of the minutes of the November 14th agency board meeting.
Is there a motion? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
And the last item is a resolution authorizing the president to extend the contract between the Islip Resource Recovery Agency and DeVerker and Bartolucci Engineers and Architects, PC, D&B, to provide professional on-call planning and environmental regulatory compliance support services related to the continued operation and maintenance of the Arthur Resource Recovery Facility, calendar year 2024.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
And that.
No other business?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Motion to adjourn by Councilman Cochran. I'll second that. All those in favor? Opposed? We stand adjourned.
And
That
Merry
takes us-
Christmas, everybody.
Oh, thank you so much, Marty. You too. Item number 3, authorization of supervisor to enter into a contract with DeVerca and Bartolucci Consulting Engineers for professional engineering services. Any questions? Hearing none. Motion? Motion by Councilman Guardone, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 4, town board authorization to clean up or secure certain properties in the town of Islip. Mr. Panucci?
Good afternoon, Madam Supervisor, members of the town board and the town clerk. Jeffrey Kanashi, Assistant Town Attorney, 655 Main Street, Islip, New York. I do have 11 properties on for your consideration here today. Number 1 is to demolish the structure and above-ground pool and remove the demolition debris from the premises located at 7 Palm Street in central Islip. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists the remains of a dwelling that was extensively damaged from a structure fire and is in immediate danger of collapse due to structural failure, disrepair, and neglect. The structure has been determined to be in imminent danger of collapse by our chief building inspector. There also exists an above-ground pool that is filled with water and not properly secure, overgrown vegetation, litter, and debris, which constitutes a nuisance and presents a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Okay, obviously that was the gentleman that spoke earlier and said he's in the process of remedying the situation, but from what you're telling me, it doesn't sound like it's remediable.
Right. I did have an opportunity to speak with both he and his family, I believe, outside prior to the meeting. I did explain to them that obviously it doesn't happen instantaneously, but it was our intention to ask the board to vote on it today because of the current condition of the property.
Okay, well, certainly safety is paramount in all of these situations. So, do you feel there is an opportunity for them to remedy?
Well, I feel that there's always an opportunity for the property owner to remedy the property. At this point, there is no demolition permit that's open, so
Okay,
we
great.
can't rely, unfortunately, on someone's word of something that may happen in the future.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion then to approve and, if he's able to do it, he can.
That's what I
This is not,
explained to him.
no permit has been issued yet. This isn't happening tomorrow or next week, so,
Yes.
do I have a motion? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 2,
Number 2 is to clean up the premises located at 19 Ackerson Street in Bay Shore. On this vacant property, there now exists high grass, overgrown vegetation, and litter and debris, which constitutes a nuisance and presents a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Just looking at the photos that were provided, it seems that this might have previously been a board up.
I believe there is history at this property, yes.
Yeah, just that it looks like the handiwork of our board up contractor covering all the windows.
Right, there was boarding done. I just don't know definitely whether or not that was done by SIPCO, but yes, it does appear that way.
It was about 8 years ago. Yeah. There are other ones on here that have the same sort of handiwork. Okay.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Thank you. Number 3, to clean up the premises located at 28 Winston Drive in Brentwood. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation, litter, and debris, including piles of dead tree branches, an old bicycle, various household items, and 2 propane tanks, which constitute a nuisance and present a fire, safety, and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadron, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Thank you. Number 4 has been withdrawn as the property is now in compliance. Number 5, to board and clean up the premises located at 72 Joyce Drive in Hopog. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation and litter and debris, consisting of piles of tree limbs and dead tree branches, which constitutes a nuisance and presents a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with the property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Thank you. Number 6 has been withdrawn as it is now in compliance. Number 7 has been withdrawn as it is now in compliance, and also number 8 has been withdrawn as it is now in compliance. Number 9 is to clean up the premises located at 222 Claywood Drive in Brentwood. On this vacant property, there now exists an unregistered motor vehicle, high grass, overgrown vegetation, and litter and debris, including construction materials, wood pieces, and a chair, which constitutes a nuisance and presents a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman Guadron, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Thank you. Number 10, to demolish the accessory structures located at 1317 Chicago Avenue in Bay Shore. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists 2 unsafe accessory structures, which are in immediate danger of collapse due to structural failure, disrepair, and neglect. The structures have been determined to be in imminent danger of collapse by our chief building inspector. The accessory structures constitute a nuisance and present a fire safety and health hazard in their current condition. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions?
I do. I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
So again, it looks like the house has been already the subject of a board up resolution. Again, the windows are all covered in the gray wood that our board up contractor seems to employ. So the resolution before us is to just demo the accessory structure, not the main.
That's correct, not the main structure.
Is that an unregistered camper I see there?
I don't know that it's unregistered. I would have to check with the chief inspector for code enforcement. I'm not positive.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Motion?
I'll second John's motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor, opposed, approved.
Thank you. And based on my review of the associated paperwork with regard to number 11, I'm going to ask that the board table this matter for now to be potentially presented again in the near future.
May I ask why?
The report that we received from the chief, from our chief building inspector, in its current condition, I don't believe would support the proposed resolution. However, I believe that it may have been done in error, so I'm going to ask that it be tabled so we
All
don't have
right,
to
well,
start.
I'll make a motion to table, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor, opposed, it is tabled.
Thank
And
you.
that is it. Thank you so much, Jeff. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Have a good holiday.
You too. Okay, moving right along to item number 5 are the appropriation transfers. Are there any questions? Hearing none. Motion? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor, opposed, approved. Item number 6 are the bid awards. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed, approved. Item 7 are the option year resolutions. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed, approved. Item 8, appointment of Warren Lem as Deputy Commissioner of the Kismet Street Improvement District. Any question? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman Guardron. All those in favor? Opposed, approved. Item 9, authorization of supervisor to execute the option to renew the agreement DPW 3-2020 with Rosemar Contracting for the second and final one-year extension. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guardron. All those in favor? Opposed, approved. Item 10, authorization of supervisor to execute the option to extend DPW 1-2019 to Hink Electric Contractor Inc. until March 31st, 2024. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed, approved. Item 11, authorization of supervisor to execute the option to renew DPW 1-2021 with the Fence Man, Inc. for the first one-year extension period. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed, approved. Item 12, authorization of supervisor to execute the option to renew DPW 2-2020 with Suffolk Paving Corp. for the second and final one-year extension period. Any questions? Hearing none. Motion? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman Guardron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 13, authorization supervisor to execute a one-year renewal personal services agreement with Michael D. Ramundo. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second. Second by Councilman Guardron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 14, authorization for supervisor to execute a one-year renewal personal services agreement with Michael S. Sininsky. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman Guardron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 15, authorization supervisor to enter into various agreements for recreation programs or events to be held throughout the town. Again, we have a robust list of things going on. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guardron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Authorization supervisor to enter into agreements with 10 individuals to provide housekeeping services and receive the required training hours for the ISIP program pursuant to the terms set forth in the SCOFA agreement. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guardron. All in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 17, authorization of supervisor to execute an amendment to the professional services agreement with De Bruin Engineering PC for engineering services for the Byron Lake Pool Reconstruction Project. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 18, Town Board Acceptance of a Deed from K&C Builders, Inc. for property located at 33 Cherry Avenue, West Sayville, for a road widening and corner radius dedication for highway purposes. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 19, authorization of supervisor to execute the first option year related to the airline use and lease agreement with Frontier Airlines Incorporated. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 20, authorization for supervisor to execute a request for the FAA approval of agreement for transfer of entitlements pertaining to the Bayport Aerodrome entitlement funds for fiscal year 2021. Questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 21, authorization for the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider a one-year contract with Exchange Ambulance Corporation of the Islips to provide emergency ambulance services within the district. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 22, authorization for the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider a one-year contract with Central Islip Hopog Volunteer Ambulance, Inc. for providing emergency ambulance services in the district. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 23, authorization for town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider a one-year contract with Bishop Brightwood Rescue Ambulance to provide emergency ambulance services to the district. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 24, authorization for town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider a one-year contract with Brentwood Legion Ambulance Services for providing emergency ambulance services for the residents in the Brentwood district. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman Guadron. And one recusal by Councilman Cochran. Item 25, authorization for the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider a one-year contract with Community Ambulance, Inc. for providing emergency ambulance services in the Sayville district. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman O'Connor and recuse Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Acceptance of a dedication from Gracewood Estates LLC for a portion of Wingen Hopog Road, Islip for highway purposes. Motion by Councilman Cochran, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 27, authorization for the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider the contracting of the fire commissioners of the Bay Shore Fire District for fire protection for the year 2024. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? One recusal. The motion passes. Item 28. Recused.
Recuse, yes, please.
Authorization for supervisor to execute a contract with Waterside Contracting Corp., Inc. for DPW 10-23, West Islip Marine Improvements. Motion? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Cochran. This is a project that's been asked for probably the last 30 years. Nice to see it moving finally. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 29, authorization town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider enacting a local law, number 1 of 24, amending local law 10-2566, chapter 48 of the Islip Town Code entitled Taxation Partial Exemption for Senior Citizens. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman Cochran. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 30, authorization for town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider enacting a local law 2 of 24, amending local law 3 of 1988, chapter 48G of the Islip Town Code entitled Taxation Exemption for Persons with Disabilities. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 31, we are going to table until next month's meeting. I'll make that motion. Second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? It is tabled. And 32 are special events. Any questions? Hearing none. Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. And motion by Councilman Cochran to adjourn. Second by Councilman Glad I'll miss you, John. All those in favor, opposed, it is approved.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, John, for your service. God, I hope